Before we start the show, I want to quickly plug our socials. Follow us on Instagram at bestyever_pod. Also, we're on Blue Sky, Best You Ever Pod, and on YouTube, Best You Ever Pod. We do share some shorts over there. Please email us. Tell us your thoughts, feelings, questions, recipes, jokes, anything that you want to tell us. You can email us to bestyeverypod@gmail.com. But also, follow, subscribe, rate us on Spotify and Apple Pod. All right, let's start this shit.
Hell yeah. Welcome to Best Year Ever, a movie podcast where each week, one movie at a time, we attempt to answer this very important question. Was 1999 the best year ever for movies? I'm your host, Casey Glenn, and with me is my co-host, the fierce, hardworking, and protective Jesus Gonzalez. Hi, Jesus.
Hi, Casey. I like that.
Good.
You didn't go for spooky, which I thought you were going to go for.
You're not that spooky, I'm not going to lie.
I'm not.
No.
I was going to say I can be, but I really can't.
No.
I'm too noisy to be spooky. I feel like everywhere I walk, just hear me shuffling and ruffling around.
And you're too ah! You're like, ah! Like, the face that I'm making for people not watching is like a big smile. Like, you're too cheerful to be spooky.
I'm a big, cheerful, blonde bear right now.
Yeah.
But speaking of spooky, what are we talking about?
Talking about The Sixth Sense.
Which everyone knows the spoilers. So Bruce Willis was dead the whole time.
Okay, so Samuel watched this. He was convinced we watched it together, but my first time watching it was yesterday, so we did not. But he watched it pretty late into his teens and watched it without knowing what the spoiler was beforehand. I envy him.
Wait, this time around, he didn't know?
No, when he watched it years ago.
Gotcha. Yeah. He experienced it with everyone else.
Yeah.
I don't actually remember watching it without knowing the spoiler. I remember watching it when it came out in the theater, but I think I already knew the spoiler. I think it's one of those things that you just went to see to know the spoiler.
That's fair. Yeah, I saw somewhere where it was kind of like spoiler culture was not really a thing, right? Like it was more chill, which makes sense. And then
but the big spoiler that happened to me in 1999. Spoiler for Star Wars Episode 1.
It's a big one.
The soundtrack came out before the movie, a couple of weeks before the movie. One of the tracks, the last track, was called A Jedi's Funeral.
So I think there actually is a similar story to this movie where I don't know if the soundtrack came out beforehand, but one of the soundtrack titles is Malcolm is Dead.
It might have been called Qui-Gon's Funeral, honestly.
Right?
But yeah, because you're right. The spoiler culture wasn't really a thing. The classic spoilery twist of the movies, before I See Dead People, it was a butler all along. But that was kind of very specific to whodunit. That was a very own type of genre. So I don't think spoiler was a big thing in the late 90s. The internet was kind of there, forums were kind of there, but I feel like you had to dig, soundtracks aside, dig really deep for spoilers. And I think this one, since and Episode 1 was one of the first movies that there's a big spoiler, it's a big thing, big twist,
big reveal.
Big reveal.
So I always, the line, I see dead people. It wasn't until a few years ago, and I can't remember the exact moment, but I do remember there was a distinct moment where somebody did tell me the spoiler, what this the reveal was at the end. And I remember feeling disappointed because I didn't realize that this movie had a big reveal or a big twist. And so learn it has a really cool twist, and here's what it is. I was like, damn it, okay. And so I have never been interested in watching it. I also didn't realize it was going to be a psychological thriller. So
yeah, it's not really scary. I mean, supposedly you don't like scary movies. I still think you don't get scared that easily. You just say you do. But what's this scary at all?
So there's this thing that happens whenever I'm watching movies for the podcast. And if something happens in the movie that I don't like, I immediately curse your name. And it's just inherent. And the opening scene.
I didn't know this, and this is so good to here.
Yeah, like
This is my Christmas right now.
I like just get so angry at you, and I'm like, we both agreed to do this. Why am I blaming him for this? I'm an adult woman, but I'm just like, fucking Jesus, this is his fault. We're doing this podcast, and I just get so mad at you, and then I calm myself down. So I was mad at you from the get-go, like from the start of the movie. And I know we still need to get into the background info, but we open up on like this woman in a wine cellar, and the way that it's just the camera is set up and the lighting and the sound, like it's just, I was like, oh my fucking god, like my adrenaline, like my heart rate was already elevated.
We'll get into it, but this movie really plays well on common fears. Like one's is a scary wine cellar. Also, fucking wine cellar in New York. Are they in New York? Philadelphia, yeah. Wine cellar in Philadelphia or really anywhere, they're rich. Yeah. They got money.
Or even like the single mom working 2 jobs, our lovely Reba McEntire, like in that beautiful home. A little crazy.
Yeah, late 90s.
Yeah.
And like also going to pee in the middle of the night. Scary moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But before we get too much into the jump scares and all the scares, let's do Letterboxd first. We're still calling it Letterboxd, right? We're not going away from that. Did you know that there was a Adam Savage podcast, and the name of that podcast was the Untitled Podcast?
That's amazing. I love that.
So this is Letterboxd. Our very own Casey Glynn. You gave it 4.5 stars. Spoilers. Your review is Ghosts Deserve Love to Broken Heart emoji. They do.
I was sobbing at the end of this movie. Spoiler alert, sobbing. And so that's where my heart was at the end.
For Dr. Malcolm, Bruce Willis specifically. Yeah, I can't go into it. But even though I've seen this before, I haven't seen it that many times. And I knew the spoilers, but it was still a very well-crafted story that I enjoyed the whole thing throughout.
Yeah.
Another review by Owen2613. Toni Collette has some fucked up kids.
Yeah.
She really does. This other one by Eric. Love the twist ending where they reveal Bruce Willis had 2 foreheads the entire movie. That's mean.
Yeah, but that's good.
This one by Liam F. Imagine my disappointment to discover that M. Night Shyamalan, I'm not going to say his last name correctly, by the way. M. Night Shyamalan first name is actually Manoj, and not just the letter M. And then this other one, 5 stars by Based. Their review is, the answer is every day. That made me sob. In reference to Toni Collette asking about her mom.
That was hard, yeah.
I don't think my ghost mom will be that nice. I think my ghost mom would be still like, why don't you leave me?
No, like based off of what I've heard, I would have to agree with your assessment of this situation.
Anyway, let's get to the background before I get into my background. The Sixth Sense, with a budget of $40 million, box office of $672.8 million. Finally, not a flop.
Woo.
Written and directed by M. Night Shyamalan, edited by Andrew Munchin, starring Haley Joel Osment.
Yeah, Haley.
Mm-hmm. Haley Joel Osment as Cole Shear, Bruce Willis as Dr. Malcolm Crowe, and Toni Collette as Lynn Shear. Haley Joel I can't say his name. Okay. Haley Joel Osment, adorable. Adorable in a kind of creepy way, but adorable. Like, I see him and I can immediately tell that he was bullied as a kid. Like, I think I bullied that kid.
Yeah, I think he wore like a tie to the audition, like when he got called back in for like the live audition, and I think that was like the selling point for them because they thought he looked like too much like a little cherub, supposedly originally, which is very funny.
I sometimes confused him with this other kid that played in Willy Wonka, Charlie. He played Charlie in Johnny Depp's Willy Wonka.
Oh,
I sometimes confuse him, even though he's much younger, the other kid, but still, they kind of look the same.
That's so funny. There was a good chunk of my childhood with Haley Joel Osment, watching Pay It Forward, which I don't know if it's actually a good movie or not. It has Kevin Spacey in it, so fuck that guy. But I remember watching that movie a lot growing up.
No idea what that movie is. I don't think I've seen it.
It's crazy. It's nuts. He dies at the end.
Like him.
Spoiler.
I like him better from AI. Crazy movie.
Interesting. Never seen it.
You seen that movie?
Heard of it. Mm-mm.
It's he plays a robotic little substitute boy for a couple that their kid is in a coma and probably not gonna wake up. Spoilers, they wake up, anything has happened. Jude Law is a sex toy. So there you go.
Damn. Crazy.
You wanna get into this movie?
Let's do it. So, as we already have discussed, we start off in a wine cellar.
We do.
And this woman is picking out wines. She goes upstairs, and guess who's there? It's Bruce Willis. Woohoo! They're celebrating something. We can tell that they're celebrating something. And then she reads off this plaque, and they're talking about how expensive the frame is, which is very funny because I've been to I don't know, frames are incredibly expensive, and I've known this since I was a child, and I've always been
They
shocked
are.
by that. It makes sense, but whatever. Anyway, basically, Bruce Willis, Malcolm, is getting recognized for being a brilliant child psychologist. He's great at what he does. The city has acknowledged it. Yay! They're drunk. They're wasted. They're going upstairs to do what married people do. And they realize that the window is broken. Dun dun. They kind of turn around, and you see it. It's very much giving signs of the alien walking past, right?
Yeah.
Where you just see this movement, and so he tells her to stay in the corner, don't move, don't make a sound. There's this guy who I had no idea until after the fact was played by Donnie Wahlberg, because that does not look like Donnie Wahlberg to me in the slightest, but it was.
Shit, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, it's weird, right?
I have pulled up the cast and I saw Donnie Wahlberg and I'm I didn't make the connection.
Yeah, he apparently, for the role, which he's on screen for not that long of a time, maybe a few minutes, if even a few minutes, he lost 43 pounds for this role. I mean, he's in his tidy whities. So sure, whatever. But I don't know. I don't think it's worth it. I really don't.
He left an impression. He definitely looked the most ghost-like.
That's fair.
And he kind I don't know if this was the reason why, but if you think about the symbolisms, he did look like death.
Yeah, that's fair.
And he was the scariest thing in this whole fucking movie.
It was not necessarily a jump scare, but his view, the way he's presented. I was just oh God. Don't love that. So this guy is basically you failed me, which is, okay, so this is very funny. You're probably going to make fun of me. So in Spain, the movie caused quite some amusement because when Vincent Gray screams to Malcolm, "You failed me," in the dub, he screams, and this is where you might make fun of me, "Tu me fallaste," but apparently the dub was fucked up. And so it didn't sound right. And so it was "Tu me follaste," which is "you fucked me."
Yeah.
And so I thought that was pretty hilarious.
Not you fucked me as you cheated me or something like that. Mm-hmm. You railed me. Follar is there's no other connotation other than sweet, sweet love.
I love that. That's so funny. So yeah, I imagine watching that and then you hearing it just complete what the fuck is this movie? Which
if you hear that, you're never gonna root for Dr. Malcolm.
Yeah.
No.
He hurt this kid.
Yeah, good. Kill him.
Yeah. Oh my God.
We're ready off the rails.
I know. But so basically, kid is "You failed me, you're a bad child psychologist." And he shoots Malcolm and then he shoots himself. And I swear to God, Malcolm got shot in the shoulder. Turns out he didn't, but it looked like he did, in my opinion.
That way he kind of fell. Mm.
Yeah. It was a little sus.
Because they didn't want to show you yet that he got shot really bad. So I think that was kind of a fake out.
Yeah.
To maybe make you think he got hit on the shoulder. I want to go back a few scenes. Because when you were watching that, you texted me that you liked the font at the beginning.
Yeah, of the opening credits.
At the opening credit. And I appreciate that because every time I separate the kerning, like this. I happen to like it. Most designers don't. Most designers cringe.
Interesting.
They like super tight kerning. I think
Ooh.
it depends on what it is for. I think here was used to have a sense of elegance
Mhm.
and a little bit of eeriness, because you're gonna have eeriness when there's like a separation of kerning. Kerning is the name of the space between each letter.
Mm.
I know you know, but for other people,
I actually didn't know, so thank you.
well, you should know.
Yeah, I've never had to
just
deal
kidding.
with it, so.
And the tracking is the overall separation of the whole word, and the letting is the distance between sentences.
Interesting.
The more you know fonts now. So I appreciated that. I did like, and it was a quite long credit scene, just white font over black background. But yeah, it was a little compelling, because even with that, it was building the suspense.
Yes.
And then the blackness is break by the light bulb slowly turning on the incandescent light bulb, and then you get that cellar. So you kind of mentioned it earlier, but this movie does a great job of playing up the fears of normal events or things, like the basement, the creepy basement, the cellar. And you kind of knowing that this is a supernatural maybe movie. Do you think it's going to be a jump scare? I was fully expecting it to be a jump scare.
There's so many moments where I thought that there would be a jump scare, and there wasn't, but there was like...
And that makes it worse.
Yes, and there would be like one like right after. So it was always like subverting your expectation of what was about to happen. Like, I think that's so interesting too, the way that our brains will like fill in gaps, like, and try to predict. Like it's, I'm not gonna go in that direction. Because you're gonna make fun of me because I'm gonna talk about my degrees. So I'm not gonna do that.
No, please do. I will not, Casey, look at me. I will not make fun of you for 5 minutes.
Okay, perfect. So my master's thesis was about bibliotherapy, because typically it's only used with kids, right? And so like you have kids, whose parents are getting divorced. You have them read a book about their parents getting divorced, or some other kid's parents getting divorced, and that will help them process things.
I should have done that.
Right? And it's not usually used for adults because, right, your spouse dies, you give them a book about somebody's spouse dying. It's going to be too on the nose for them. And so what helps in trying to use bibliotherapy for adults is if you create more mystery type novels, because there's something about filling in the gaps. Like, you get to create the narrative yourself to some extent. So I think this movie reminds me of that, of like these intentional gaps that are there, where it's kind of like you're seeing where your mind is taking you, and then you get to kind of evaluate that in and of itself.
And speaking of filling the gaps, and I like you brought that up. See, I'm not making fun of you.
Thank you.
Was this when you were in homeschool, or what? Wait, how many? Did 5 minutes pass already?
My master's thesis from the University of Chicago.
I'm just jealous because I'm never going to get a master's. No, it is an interesting point, because one thing that I don't like about scary movies, it was a trend in a lot of scary movies that have been coming out lately, is that more about the metaphor than the story itself. So this movie, it's pretty much about grief. Some people can interpret it that way. There's heartbreak. There's a lot of interpretations, but when it's too much on the nose, like Midsummer or Hereditary, or the Babadook, I like the Babadook, but it was like, okay, I know what you're saying. That loses me. That I'll watch that once and it's fine. This I like because there's definitely some metaphor behind the intent, but it's not super obvious.
That you say that, because like you said Midsummer, and Midsummer is one of like the few horror movies that I really enjoy. And it's funny because I think about it and I'm like, I don't really enjoy it for the story. I enjoy it because of the visuals, because it's a gorgeous movie. It's like truly beautiful. And it's like the visual storytelling, sure. But you're right. Like, it's the story itself is just kind of like,
I've never seen Midsummer. I should know what it is about, but I'll see it. I'll watch it.
I'm shocked.
It's like Annihilation. Annihilation is such a beautiful movie, but it's kind of fucked up. The other thing I wanted to mention is when they're talking about the frame and how expensive it is, I like that you see Dr. Malcolm and his wife reflected on the frame. So they're within the space of the achievement of Dr. Malcolm. And this is when she tells him that you put everything second, including me, for these kids. And that's what the award means. And she didn't mean it in a mean way. And it's all in the context of everything in their world right now is valued by his award. And that they're kind of in this little reflective bubble. So even when Dr. Malcolm was alive, spoilers, I don't think they were really solid relationship if she felt that way. Now, that does come back at the end. She felt that way and he didn't correct her right there and then.
It's kind of hard. Like I think of it specifically in that moment. I was reminded of the Obamas, right? Because it's like a big story that like she does not want to be involved in the political world. But like she knew that he wanted to be president and he was going to be a senator and like all this other stuff. And so like she recognized that like for a couple of years she was going to have to sacrifice and she was going to miss her husband because he needed to pursue this with everything. And like being president would require him to prioritize that over being a husband. And so, I think that and specifically with Anna and Malcolm, it seemed like Anna was content with like being second place, but probably more so within the context of like, this is a temporary thing. So I wonder also for her if it was like a celebration of like, great, he got here, he reached the height, maybe I'll be first place now. Like maybe this is the time where priorities could shift.
Maybe. Yeah. One other thing that Nida wanted us to bring up was, and she hates it, and I kind of hate it too in movies, the smack kissing.
I must like just filter it out because I'm like, whatever.
It was a lot of kissing. It always like that's not my reality. I don't know if this is your reality, but that's just too distracting to me.
It's so funny. I did, and I also texted you this. I think the baseline volume for this movie was way too loud.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like I had to turn, and usually when I watch movies or TV shows, I have to turn the volume up to like 60 or 65. I had to turn this down to 40. It was so loud, too loud. And it, like nothing, like it's just, once again, baseline. It's not like it's fucking like Star Wars, right? Where they got like these cool sound effects. Like we're not in space and shit, It
did scare my dog in the beginning when it did like, right? My dog was like,
it's funny. Okay. So, he's shot.
Yeah.
And then we cut to next fall. And we get this row of beautiful homes. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Different colors.
No, you're right. Single mom, 2 jobs. That's what she has 2 jobs. She wants to afford living in that place. I mean,
right? But even the interior of that place is not great. So I'm just like, is it rent controlled? I don't know.
Could be.
But also, we know some fucked up shit happened in that house. So
yeah. Well, did it though? Because we know ghosts travel.
That is true. That is true. We know at least that kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah.
At least the lady.
Mm-hmm.
The mom. But I do like that for longer than I remembered, you don't see any ghosts.
Yes.
You don't see ghosts until Bruce Willis is willing to believe that there are ghosts.
I think it's a bit before that, because I think it's like right after he says like, I see dead people, and then like that's kind of like the moment I'm like looking. No,
you're right. Right when Bruce Willis hears that, you start seeing more ghosts, because the scene before that is where you hear a ghost but you don't see it.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then we get the first shot of Bruce Willis of Dr. Malcolm. Did you notice? And this is not something that I didn't notice. I read he wears the same outfit or a variation of the same outfit throughout the whole movie, but it's super subtle. That if you're not really watching, it's not a dead giveaway.
Yeah, I didn't clock it at all. The other thing that he did, I don't think we like necessarily see it here yet. So there's at one point, and I don't know which point it is, so I'll just talk about it now, because it kind of relates. So while circling a passage, Bruce Willis does so with his right hand, even though he's technically left-handed, but he learned how to do it with his right hand so that viewers wouldn't notice the fact that he wasn't wearing his wedding band anymore, which is very interesting. But he draws the circle clockwise, apparently, and which is what left-handed people do, whereas right-handed people typically draw counterclockwise. And I thought that was interesting.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm drawing circles. Why didn't he have his wedding band? I mean, he should have, right? Because he's a ghost, so he can kind of create what he wants to.
Yeah,
A lot of the logic didn't logic.
No, it didn't.
Because sometimes he had... Okay, so ghosts can see whatever they want to see. Cool.
Mhm.
But then in the middle of the movie, he has a recorder. And then that's how he hears a ghost on his recorder, his non-existent recorder.
Mhm.
So there's things
Yeah.
that don't really make sense,
Yeah,
but they're
and
kind
it
of they're kind of hand wavy.
Yeah.
Like, I think the bigger
Like,
plot, it's okay.
yeah. Sometimes they have an impact on the real world environment, and sometimes they don't. And like, it's weird.
Ghost logic.
Exactly. It's sketchy. Moving on. Bruce Willis is outside of these beautiful homes, just like hanging out on the street on a bench. He's looking at patient notes. I think we at first see like Vincent's notes, and then we see notes about this kid named Cole. So obviously, like, there's a tie. Originally, I thought like, oh, he's visiting a previous patient, but no, this is like a net new person for him. And so what's interesting is like, how was he wandering around as a ghost beforehand? Like,
I think they're attracted to Cole. I think because they don't know why, but they just are attracted to people that can sense them.
Yeah, but it's kind of like, yeah. I don't think what happened in the past few months, you know?
Yeah, it's one of those ghost logic things. Like, why did it have to be the next fall? So is it the next fall because a whole year happened, or
right? Or don't know?
Yeah,
maybe this happened in spring. Maybe it happened like.
Yeah, it's not clear.
Yeah,
which is fine.
Cole comes outside, and he is walking, and I think he can tell that Malcolm is following him because at some point he starts running. And he goes into the church. And then Malcolm goes into the church with him. Starts speaking Latin. Crazy.
He does?
Yeah, he like did the whole I forgot what the passage is. It's from Psalm something. But
yeah. Mm-hmm. And he's wearing these oversized glasses that we find out his dad's. Super adorable.
Yeah, that was pretty cute. So kid is speaking Latin. Malcolm sits next to him, and they strike up a conversation. He's like, "Do you know?" People like come to churches like for sanctuary, and they're usually running away from bad people, which, relevant, since some churches are refusing to be sanctuaries now, and are letting ICE come in, but whatever. Speaking of being too political, this is why we are holding this.
Mega churches.
Yeah. Fucking ACAB. Anyway, so fucked
up. ACAB.
So churches should be the safe space, is what he's trying to convey. And kid's like, yeah, sure, whatever.
By the way, not the first time that happens with churches and fascist regimes. Usually, in fascist regimes, churches are the first ones to promote fascism. And by churches, I mean Christians and Catholics.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so figure shit out.
There you go.
Yeah.
Not a rare thing. But anyway, moving on.
Yeah. So they kind of chat up for a bit, and the kid runs out. They kind of talk for a bit. But it's funny because he grabs a little figurine from kind of maybe a nativity scene, maybe not a nativity scene. There's this Jesus figure that he grabs. And the way that he grabs it, I thought was so funny. He just yoinks it so fast.
I didn't notice that. That's really funny.
Yeah.
But this is when Bruce Willis, Dr. Malcolm, tells him that Cole is his new patient.
Yeah.
So in ghost logic, in his mind, he kind of made up that Cole's mom hired him or something. If you really think about it, it's kind of weird that this one psychologist is following around his patient. I don't know how many psychologists you've been with, Casey, but how many of them have followed you around to church and stuff in your house?
Child psychologists. It's
especially child psychologists.
Maybe we shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
It's a little sketchy.
Also, this kid is alone a lot.
Yes. He has a mom who works 2 jobs.
6-year-old, 7-year-old. I don't know how old is he.
Yeah, I don't know how old he is either. So the kid runs off. Bruce Willis, Malcolm, comes home and figures out what the kid was saying in Latin, which is some cry out to God, essentially, for help. And that's it. And then we cut to Cole's home.
Yeah.
Yes, Jesus.
Did you study Latin?
I studied Latin and Greek roots, but I did not study Latin in and of itself.
I took 2 semesters of Latin so that I would learn more languages. And then I learned French. I don't speak French and I don't speak Latin anymore, so that helped a lot. And now I'm learning Finnish and Japanese, two very non-Latin languages.
Yeah, you really said, I don't need this anymore. You did it.
I'm going Scandinavian and or Asian.
Love that. So we're at Cole's home. There's a very, very cute puppy, which...
Wait, before we go to Cole's home, we do go to Takomako's home first.
Yes.
Right after the church, and we get two very important things. One is that apparently his wife is ignoring him. He's late and she's already asleep. She only had like one dinner plate. So we meant to believe that they're in a rough spot. He's not really there. She's kind of like over it. And then two, he's going to his home office, which is in the basement, apparently, where the cellar is. And he reaches for the red doorknob and can't open it. He reaches for his pocket to supposedly maybe get the key. And then we cut to him at the cellar. We never see him open anything, which is a good ghost logic rule. We never see him opening anything. It's kind of like he thinks and then it happens. It's dream logic, really.
Yeah, that's a good...
And another thing, and another thing, again, I didn't come up with this. I read it. When there are red things, there are ghosts or acceptance of ghosts around. So the doorknob, in hindsight, is a clue that he's a ghost because it's red.
Ooh, I like that.
And then we got to Cole's house.
Yeah. Very cute puppy that they don't talk about, which I think is a little bit weird because I'm pretty sure that's like a husky mix. And that is a very like young puppy. And I feel like you would talk about the fact that you have a puppy that young. It's so fucking adorable. It's so cute.
I really want it to be a ghost dog.
Ugh.
And it's not. But for the first few scenes, they're like, oh, this is a ghost dog. They're ignoring him. This is a ghost dog. And
pretty sure they also have a cat too, but like we never see it again.
Cole's mom, Lynn, not a great mom.
Not a great mom. This is our introduction to Toni Collette. Really quick, I will say my fun fact about her. So whenever they were filming it, also supposedly they filmed this in sequence, which don't know if I believe, but that seems like way too difficult to do. Regardless, she was like because if you think about the scenes that she's in, right? This makes sense, like where her head was going. She was like so moved by the movie and like all this other stuff that she didn't realize until like after the film release that it was a horror movie. Like had no clue.
I don't believe it.
I can see that too.
Yes, I mean the introduction of her is the jump scare of all the drawers open all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Did Toni Collette think that Haley Joel Osment character that Cole opened them?
Yeah, maybe she was like too in character.
Yeah, maybe. She did great. She was great.
She did.
In the whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't get that Australian accent, so
No, you know what? I take it back. I do believe it. Because you say horror movie and not sci-fi or fantasy movie.
Yeah, there you go.
She could have been in a fantasy movie and not a horror movie.
Yeah, she could have been.
Yeah. So I because it is kind of a horror movie, but no, actually, it's not a horror movie. It has horror movie elements.
Yes. Yeah.
But it is a psychological thriller, like you said.
Yeah. Yep. So she's like doing the laundry. She realizes that or she comes into the kitchen. She's like, ugh, well, why'd you leave all the cabinet doors open? Because that's something that kids do, right? She closes all of them. She was like, come eat your Cocoa Puffs. They're getting soggy. She realizes that he has a spot on his tie. So she takes his little clip-on tie. She takes it off, puts it in the washer, goes to the dryer, grabs another tie, walks back in. All the fucking cabinets and drawers are open. Crazy. Terrifying.
Which is another ghost trope.
Yes.
I don't know if have you ever gone down the rabbit hole late at night at 3 a.m. just watching ghost TikTok?
No,
because I've done that.
Interesting.
And
how is it on that side?
It's for the most part cheesy, but there's a lot of that. There's a lot of like, ooh, they're opening. Yeah. If I was a ghost, I don't think I would open drawers. I think I would be more like the ghost from the show Ghosts. It's just fucking with people. And I don't know. What would I do as a ghost?
I think for like the first while, like I would just like want to keep walking through people because I think that would be like really funny. I do that with Johnny Silverhand in Cyberpunk. I walk through him all the time because I'm just like, I want to see what happens.
Casey, finish this fucking game.
No, oh my god. Phantom Liberty is so good, Jesus. It is So good. I need you to at least like watch a YouTube video about it or something.
No, I'm gonna play it when I have PS5.
Oh my
I'm
god.
gonna play it. It'll happen. I'm playing Ghost of Tsushima right now, which you should play.
It's not Phantom Liberty, but look
It's
into it.
really good.
Wait, why did you have to restart it? Did you like lose your save file or something?
It auto saves. I usually save it just for safety, but this one I got lazy in auto saves, and I finished this mission, and it's an open world. But when you're in a mission, you're kind of locked in that mission, so you can't like travel or you can't do other missions for the most part. Like, and it got locked in that mission, even though I finished that mission, and I restarted, and it wouldn't go out of that mission, and I hadn't saved it in like a while, so I kind of had to almost restart from the beginning. But
tisk.
I don't mind. I know, but like it's so beautiful that like I just play it again. It's really pretty.
So funny. Yeah, I do a manual save anytime I like quit a game.
Yeah, me too, and I just didn't. But like I do that with Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Because Ghost of Tsushima was built for the PlayStation, so the load screens are very minimal. It loads really fast. It runs really well, very smoothly. So I didn't have like the usual guardrails that I do for other games. So, but
that's fair. Really quick, I will say on the most recent save on Cyberpunk, because it will tell you how many hours you've been playing. I played it for 144 hours. I
might have close to that, actually. You know how many hours I have for Destiny? 5,000. Oh, close to 5,000. 4,000 and something.
That's crazy.
I've been playing it for 10 years, almost every day. And I take breaks to play Cyberpunk and things like that. We're on a break right now. So it's an on and off relationship.
Amazing.
Yeah, I saw and I'm like, wait, that's 200. No, it's I saw when it was 2,000 and now I'm up to 5,000.
That's crazy.
How do I look my hours? Hold on, I'm looking at my hours now. Okay, you want to know how much I have in Cyberpunk? 220 hours.
Holy shit!
How do I have double as you? You haven't finished the game. I have in Ghost of Tsushima 146 hours.
In Fortnite, I have 1,000 hours.
Yeah.
And I've only been playing it for a year.
Yeah. That's called addiction.
Hell yeah, brother.
All right, let's continue this. Hobby. We're never going to finish this movie.
Yes. No, and my Wi-Fi will just keep cutting in and out. God. Anyway.
Tony, the very hot and cute Toni Collette, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, I like, oh, yeah, she's a hottie.
Exactly. I'm like, where is she working? What are her jobs?
I mean, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, exactly.
She's an accountant.
Yes.
Wow, old trend.
Gotta love a good old trend. So cabinets are all open. She's like a little suspicious, and he's like, "Why are you looking at me like that? Like, don't do that. Don't like that." And you know, she's like a little sus, whatever. She closes all the cabinets, and then I think he leaves to go to school. Like and then she sees like a hand imprint on the table, and then we also see that like he is going to school with, I think it's Tommy is his name, and like they like wave at her outside the window.
Kid actor, the famous kid actor. She's really funny.
They wave at her out the window, and then they skedaddle.
Okay, this is M. Night Shyamalan kind of emptying all of his trauma in this movie, because I have 100% a feeling that he was bullied by a kid star actor when he was a kid.
Probably. I can see that. Or he's just like making fun of actors in general. Like, shit.
Yeah. So Lynn, not a great mom, but a very loving mom.
Yes.
Like she loves her son so much. She just doesn't know how to be a mom.
Yes. Yeah. There's
like
one conversation that happens later that I was like, this feels very manipulative, and I'm very excited to talk about it.
And very relationship-y.
Yes. Too. Yeah.
Like she's the mom from that basketball movie that we watched.
Yes. Yes.
Had like a kind of incestuous relationship with their son, which happens a lot.
Yeah. Very sad.
But loving mom, not great mom.
No. Correct. Then we see Cole standing outside of school. He seems a little suspicious of school itself. And it's a gorgeous shot, and then he goes in, and it's fine.
But, I do want to say before we go, so we meet the kid actor friend because he kind of picks up Cole from his house, and mom Lynn sees them go off. The kid actor like hugs him a little bit, and we quickly find out when they're offside from mom that Cole paid him off to pretend to be his friend, so he can seem more normal to his mom, which is super sad.
Yeah, it is very sad.
Yeah.
But next we see Bruce Willis. All of my notes I just put Bruce Willis.
Yeah, that's fine.
At Cole's home. And this is another like very cool thing that they do, right? Where it's like, it looks like Cole is walking in on them like finishing a conversation. They never talk to each other. So, because he is a ghost. Cole comes home. She takes his jacket. She's like, I'm going to go make dinner. You have an hour. And then he talks to Malcolm. And he's like, you're not going to be able to help me. And Malcolm is like, but I think I can. He's like, I bet I know what you're thinking right now. So they play a game where it's anytime Malcolm is right, Cole steps forward. Anytime Malcolm is wrong, Cole steps back. So I don't know. I can't remember the first couple things he says, but like Cole gets really close to sitting in the chair and like doing the full session. And then Malcolm starts to get things wrong. So then Cole like starts taking a step back, and then finally like leaves.
But great exercise. A little manipulative, sure, but he still got things out of Cole.
Yeah.
And he knew that. Like when he was gonna get things wrong, Cole, because he knows he's smart, he knew he was gonna get something. So he is a good psychologist. Sometimes he's not. I do want to point out that since Dr. Malcolm Bruce Willis is a ghost, and Lynn wasn't actually having that conversation with him, she was just sitting there on the chair alone in the dark.
Yeah, contemplating. Who knows?
I think that's weirder.
Yeah.
What was she doing?
To get home. Yeah.
Yeah.
Before phones, am I right?
This is what we thought when we were kids. Like grown-ups were just there waiting for us. T-shirts didn't exist outside of school.
Exactly.
Obviously. Oh, I'm sorry. In my experience, Casey. Stop it. Anyway, yeah, so Malcolm gets some answers wrong and makes Cole walk away. But he did get some information out of it, which is what he wanted to do.
Yeah. I also want to say that, like, when Cole comes home, like, him and his mom ask each other about their day, and, like, she just gives him, like, this fanciful story about, like, all these things.
Very cute. Yeah.
Very cute, but also, like, a very, like, good indicator, like, about their relationship, because she, like, lies about all this stuff, and then she was like, what about your day? And he, like, says all these great things. I made a ton of friends, or whatever, I don't know. Got picked first in dodgeball, I think is, like, exactly what he says. And it's, what I think is interesting here is that it doesn't seem like the mom picks up that he's also lying, even though she is clearly lying to him about, like,
I think it does.
Well, I feel like you should address that then.
I think they do this game, and I kind of liked it. She doesn't want to talk about her shitty day. She knows that he doesn't have a great time at school. Like she knows he's being bullied.
Yeah.
She doesn't know what extent. Cause when she sees a couple of bullies bullying him, she goes full mom bear. But she doesn't want to, which is probably not healthy mentally. But it's a way of them to, like, you know what? Let's just have fun with it. Like we don't need to talk about it. I feel like it's an accepting thing for them.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's healthy or not.
Yeah.
But I think that's how she's taking it.
Yeah. We'll see. So after this, Malcolm goes to dinner with his wife, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Supposedly. He's talking to her.
She's wearing red.
Yeah, she's wearing red. He's talking to her about his day and about this new patient, and she's not responding to anything he's saying because he's dead. He thinks that she's just mad at him. And then when the bill comes, he, like, goes to grab it. She grabs it before him because he's not there. And then she goes, happy anniversary to me. which was like the cheesiest fucking thing. But like it made sense. Like it had to like they had to fake some kind of like talking. And he really just thinks that his wife hates him.
There was so much sighing from Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if I'm gonna give him the worst actor ever. I might, but it was just so much sighing. He like, oh, dude. But also, it was a kind of a clue that he's not there, other than the wife not speaking to him. The waiter didn't acknowledge him at all.
Exactly. Yeah. And there wasn't another place setting there, so it's like obviously that table was set for one person.
Yeah, which would obviously you don't notice that.
Yeah. Yeah. I will say, so while I knew that like the twist at the end was going to be that he was dead the entire time, it took me until like really this moment that I really truly realized like, oh, he doesn't know that he's dead. Like it took me a long time to like get there, because I kind of like I was like, maybe he knows, maybe he doesn't. But completely oblivious. So yeah, dinner doesn't go well. I think the next shot that we get is Cole walking to school, but I don't think it's anything. I think it's just kind of like a, here are the vibes, here's what's happening.
Yeah, they're both walking. Malcolm and Bruce Willis and Haley. Yeah.
And Cole's mom is at home doing chores. This is where I think we see the cat, because I think she put some like dirty laundry on the cat, which is very funny.
No, she puts it on the dog.
It looked like a cat's tail though, because like in the first, when we see like the whole laundry and her in the tie, she definitely puts dirty laundry on the dog in that one.
Yeah.
So then maybe I think she does something else with laundry and an animal in this one. There's always a fucking animal in a basket of laundry. I don't know why. It just keeps happening.
Because this is why I thought the dog was a ghost at first, because she does it twice to the dog.
Yeah.
I don't see that cat.
It's a cat.
I'll take your word for it. I don't see the cat though.
Specifically in this scene. Are you looking at this scene?
Yeah. I don't see a cat, but I'll believe you. It's a ghost cat.
Well, it's like, what I think happened is that like they couldn't get the dog that day, so they got a cat that looked like the dog.
Maybe.
Because it's like specifically the tail, where I'm like, a dog tail doesn't move like that. I don't know. I could be delusional. I could be seeing things.
Oh, you're seeing ghosts.
Yeah, I am.
She does do a lot of laundry, because the next scene is she's also doing laundry again.
So much laundry.
Which, realistic.
Yes. Very true.
For a kid, yeah.
And you know, if you're working 2 jobs, you probably got to wear different outfits. You know, it's a whole thing. We also, this is a moment where she's like doing chores around the house, and I think that like we're intercutting between her doing chores and like a sort of counseling session that's going on between Malcolm and Cole. But she's noticing in all of the photos that she has of Cole on the wall that there's like this like white shine to it, so indicating something. And
it's another trope.
Yeah, and it's funny because like in some of those shots, like, right, if you believe in ghosts, it would be very obvious that he was like hanging out with a ghost or something, because he's like, he looks engaged in whatever is happening. It's very funny. I can't remember what Malcolm and Cole talk about in this like specific moment.
They're talking about the free association exercises, and he's writing, and this is kind of when Lynn discovers Cole's writing, and he's writing kind of very nasty stuff that the ghosts are kind of telling him. I do want to talk about the shine, because you want to guess when that type of shine type of ghost, floaty ghost, stopped, and when the orbs started. When we switched from 35 millimeter to digital. Because those are artifacts of chemical processing of photos. Orbs are artifacts of pixels and that kind of stuff.
Amazing.
So yeah, the ghost the ghost went digital too.
Yeah. Love that. They're keeping up with the times, and I appreciate that. Good for them.
Yeah. Good for them.
We're I think back at the house, and Malcolm hears his wife on the phone. No, somebody stops over at the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The handsome employee.
Yeah. And we overhear this conversation, and Malcolm is getting a little suspicious. Like, is my wife cheating on me? Maybe she is. Dun, dun, dun. Don't know. And then we cut to Cole at school, and his teacher is like, do y'all know what this building used to be? Cole raises his hand. He's sitting at the back of the class, so you can tell like this kid is not like really engaged in school. And so the teacher's shocked, and he's like, oh, what was it? Cole is like They hung people here. Kid, rein it in.
Honestly, a very kid thing to say. Because when you're that age, you don't really know the weight of the things that you see. He's just saying what he sees.
But also, he does not back down.
No, he doesn't. Yeah.
At all. And he's just like, nope, that's what it was. And he's like, actually, it was a courtroom and it was a legal building, blah, 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 blah. He's like, yeah, and they hung people. He just keeps pushing into it. And then
he's like, yeah, that's who hanged the people.
Yeah. And the teacher gives him this look and he starts freaking out. And this, it's kind of difficult because we only see him freak out one other time where he sees the actual or he's locked up in the room and he truly panics and turns out a fucking ghost probably grabbed him and some shit and it's not great. But regardless, he doesn't freak out at any other point. So this feels weird. It doesn't make sense for this little kid character. I don't know. Maybe he just really hated that teacher.
I think he mentioned that, and because I do feel so ghosts are attracted to him somehow. Mm-hmm. And I think by having that confrontation with the teacher, some ghosts that knew that teacher, apparently maybe a bully of the teacher in the past, got attracted to him, and then because Ghost is very sensitive to Cole is very sensitive to ghosts when they appear. He doesn't like them yet.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was a little out of nowhere, but I do appreciate that you see him not always in control because it's a kid.
Yeah.
He always wants to be in control, but he's a kid, and I really appreciate the cinematography on this when they zoomed into his mouth, and he a very cute kid with the buck teeth, but he kind of has jagged teeth and it looks creepy. And Haley Joel Osment at this point in his life had a really interesting combination of very cute kid but kind of creepy, and I'm sorry, kid Haley Joel Osment. And I think it's because his eyes were tiny but very expressive.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And in this sense, I'm very effective. Horrible teacher also.
My favorite part is that I guess some ghost knew the teacher, right?
And made fun of the teacher, apparently.
Yeah, because what's the fucking teacher's name?
Stanley. Stuttering Stanley.
Stuttering Stanley. The teacher immediately starts stuttering. And it's so funny. I'm so sorry.
Triggering. As someone who stutters sometimes, it's triggering.
I'm so sorry.
How dare you?
It was just so perfect. I was like, hell yeah, he really got under this guy's skin. And I loved it.
Yeah.
But he ends up in detention, essentially. He's kind of in detention in the library, though, so it's whatever. It looks like a library. And the way that, so you just cut to him in the library, and there's Malcolm sitting across the table from him. So it's almost you can play this as if, the principal called in the child psychologist to come talk to him, whatever. But obviously, Malcolm just fucking knew.
Appeared.
Mm-hmm. So he does a little magic trick for Cole, and Cole finds it funny, but stupid, but funny.
That was cute.
Yeah, it was cute. It's a little bit of a bonding moment between them. I think that's really all that happens here.
Yeah. It was just that little bonding moment.
Malcolm comes home.
This movie does a really good job of balancing the ups and downs.
Yeah.
And after this really high, horror almost scene, very loud, then you get the very calm, funny moment. So it kind of eases you into the next one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Malcolm comes home and old wedding footage is playing, and it's people talking about, oh, Malcolm, you better treat her right, and make her what was the line? They're you should make her as happy as Julie Andrews is in The Sound of Music when she's on the hilltop and spinning around twirling in a dress. And I thought that was amazing. And once again, really great sort of way to play at either, right? He's dead and he's a ghost, or he's an absent husband and she's watching all these people tell him to treat her right and he's not. So great.
It's a weird if he thinks that they're in trouble and she constantly falls asleep watching those tapes, it's a weird thing for her to do if she doesn't like her husband right now.
Yeah.
And you're right. It may be I wish my husband was we were married. Mm-hmm. But a lot of things, if you really think about it, it doesn't make sense unless it's a ghost.
Yeah. But I don't think she's actually down there at that moment. Doesn't he go upstairs and she's in the shower, and then he sees?
Yeah, but it looks like she puts on the thing and then does her night routine and then falls asleep watching tape.
That's fair. But it's like he's gonna talk to her, and then he sees the bottle of Zoloft. Which, woohoo! Love me some Zoloft.
Okay, I thought about you when I saw that.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
But I thought about it because, again, the 90s, antidepressants and all these kind of things were still kind of tabooed. I think the movie lingered too much on it as a bad thing. The music was kind of like eerie, and the way Malcolm saw that, it was like, oh no, my wife is depressed. This is a bad thing.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at that and I'm like, that's great. She's getting healthy. Like if you need Zoloft, why not?
Yeah, get you some Zoloft.
Get you some Zoloft.
Yeah. But he's like, oh my god, our marriage is like truly like in disarray and like so bad. But I'm gonna walk away from this moment. Okay.
Which again, very 90s.
Yeah. So we cut to a birthday party.
Oh, before that, we do see him again reaching for the doorknob.
Yeah. That happens quite often. So we're at a birthday party. Was it Tommy's birthday party?
Or one of Tommy's friends.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody's friend's birthday party.
The assholes. Yeah.
Yeah. And Cole tries to do this magic trick for one of the other kids. And the other kid is just like, it's not supposed to be like an actual magic trick. It's supposed to be like something really stupid. Giving Andy Kaufman.
Yeah.
But the kid is just like, can I have my fucking penny back?
Also, where did Ghost Dr. Malcolm get a penny? Where did he get things?
Yeah, did he just fucking manifest it? Like just come up with it in a dream? No clue.
Yeah.
That's so funny. So the kid's like, I want my fucking penny back. And like walks away. There's like a balloon. There's so many balloons. A balloon like goes up.
A red balloon.
A red balloon. And this house is like, I'm pretty sure it's like a 3-story house or something, because it's a huge spiral staircase.
Beautiful.
Yeah, gorgeous. Cole is walking up the stairs and he's looking at this door. Bad vibes. And we also hear the mom at one point like thank the parent hosting the party. Like, thanks for inviting him. He doesn't get invited to a lot of stuff because he's kind of a loser, all this other stuff. And not because he's going through something completely traumatic right now. But other 2 kids see this, like him going up the stairs, and they're like, we're gonna fucking target this motherfucker.
Tommy and another asshole kid.
Yeah. So what Cole is hearing is he's like, I didn't take the master's horse. That wasn't me. I didn't do it. And it's just like these screams. So you can tell somebody was fucking locked up in this goddamn attic or whatever. Yeah,
from like a little door. And because you hear, the sound design is great because you hear the door locked. Before you see it, you hear like the door is locked and the guy say, please let me out. And then cut to the door and the door is open. But you can still hear it as if it was locked.
Yeah. And so the 2 kids basically, they force him to go into the room and they lock him in. Kind of? Do they actually lock him in?
I think they just closed it and it, again, ghost logic, somehow the door got locked in because ghost.
Yeah. Yeah. Poor Cole. My heart broke. He was screaming bloody murder. Like, because whatever fucking ghost is in there is fucking mean. And it's fucking attacking him or something. Because later on we do see like scratches on his back. And I do think it was like that ghost that caused the scratches on the back specifically.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it could have been another one, but I think it's this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because his shirt is actually torn in the spot where.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So once again, it's kind of like weird ghost logic where it's kind of like sometimes they can impact the real world and sometimes they can't, because apparently you can't wear a fucking wedding band.
It would have made more sense that he was wearing the wedding band and then he realizes that he was a ghost because at the end, spoilers, the wife drops the wedding band. So how are there 2 wedding bands? So that would have been more of a like spoiler, the connecting tissue.
Yeah, I agree.
Have I told you about the ghost demon, the demon kitty that we had here?
No. Did it also scream bloody murder?
No, but he did scratch me. I told you how we adopted Peck, right? So for our first apartment in Dallas, we adopted a little cat we call Ose, and he lasted for 2 whole days. We adopted him from Petco, and he was sick, and one time when I came back from work, I found him dead. And I called Petco and I'm like, hey, I just adopted him. He's dead. I don't know what to do. And they're like, do you want an exchange? No. Beck was my exchange kitty.
My gosh.
So
Peck fucking no. Peck killed that other cat. He was like,
well, I mean, he didn't know him, but yeah. So
Yeah.
I go to Petco and then I grab Peck, and then for like a while we would corner of eye see like a tail or like something dark, and then our cats are somewhere else. And like one time when here in this house, 2-story house, and from the living room you can see up the stairs. We were watching TV again. Corner of eye, you see cat running up the stairs, and we look, and all of our cats are downstairs looking up. And then sometimes I would get like scratches on the back of like on my back, like little 3 kitty scratches, like. But that kind of stopped. So I think right now the Peck passed away. I think they're now together. But we think he was attached to Peck. Anyway, ghost logic, scratches, makes sense to me.
Exactly. That's so funny. But Mom hears, like, through all of the music and whatnot, she, like, hears him screaming. She goes upstairs and, like, is trying to open the door and can't. And then at some point, Cole stops screaming, goes completely silent, and, like, unlocks the door, opens it, and then she, like, grabs him, and he's kind of, like, passed out a bit.
Yeah.
Very weird.
Yeah.
At this point, they go to the hospital. They, like, test to see if he had a seizure. He doesn't. This is where we get our lovely M. Night Shyamalan moment, where apparently the scene was a lot longer, but he thought his acting was so bad that he cut the majority of his, like, lines.
It wasn't too bad, but I'm glad he cut it. He does get worse the more movies he makes.
Yeah, I believe
he has a whole scene in The Lady of the Lake, or Lady in Water, or whatever is that movie. It's a weird movie. It's a good movie. Paul Giamatti, but it's a weird movie.
Okay, yeah. So it's at this point where he's, like, I guess, admitted for the night. Malcolm comes to see him.
Yeah. And Malcolm is there without Cole with M. Night Shyamalan, Dr. M. Night Shyamalan.
Yes, I forgot about
Cole,
that.
Mom, and the social worker. Because M. Night Shyamalan tells Mom, he's a social worker, we found scratches. You just need to talk to them. And that's where Lynn was like, you think I'm a bad mom? I mean, she kind of is, but she's not that type of bad mom.
Yeah.
But Bruce Willis, Dr. Malcolm, is there. So he's listening. He's a ghost logic. He's listening to all of this. And then he goes and sees Cole in his bed.
Yeah.
In his room.
And
private room, by the way.
Yeah. Like, okay, money. But he asks Cole, like, do you want to hear a bedtime story? He tries to tell him a bedtime story, and Cole's like, you're not good at this. You don't do this very often, do you? And he goes, yeah, no, I don't. You caught me. And then Cole, like, asks him a question, and so Malcolm tells him a bedtime story that is, like, really just, like, his story about, like, something bad happened to me, my marriage is on the rocks, blah, blah, blah. My life sucks. Your life isn't real, whatever. But ghosts deserve love, too.
They do.
After Malcolm opens up, this is when Cole, we have the infamous line of, like, I'm going to tell you my secret now. I see dead people. Woo!
Great acting.
Yeah. Amazing acting.
So good. They made fun of that kid so much.
But
it was great.
Yeah.
I know.
I mean, what other...
I mean, he grew up great. He's great now.
Like, is he the youngest person to be, like, nominated for, like, supporting actor?
Not sure. I'm going to look it up.
Yeah.
Justin Henry, Kramer versus Kramer, he was 8.
Yeah.
And Haley Joel Osment was 11.
Damn.
So he's older than he looks. He looks very young, tiny, but he was older.
Interesting.
And the other kids around him did look older too than him.
That's fair. Yeah, maybe he was just a late bloomer.
Yeah.
Okay. So I see dead people. We get, like, a little shocked, like, oh, from Malcolm. And then cut to him being outside. He has his little tape recorder. Who knows what the fuck it actually ended up recording? Because I guess it can capture ghost voices, as we'll figure out later. But he's like, this kid is severely fucked up. Diagnosis. He mentioned schizophrenia at one point. Boom, in tape.
Yeah, and he's like, but he says, I can't see him anymore. I can't treat him anymore. Cut to him seeing him again.
Yeah.
Which it doesn't make sense, but ghost logic, it does make sense.
Mm-hmm. My line here, and I don't think we've gotten to that part yet, but Bruce Willis breaking up with Kid.
Yeah. No, he does. He kind of does here.
Yeah.
What do you think of Bruce Willis's acting when he hears the line, I see ghosts, I see dead people? I
think we're gonna disagree about this. I really enjoyed Bruce Willis's acting in this movie.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I really, because there were so many moments where we were just on his face for a long time, and I thought he made great use of the time that he was on camera for, and having to react and process.
Well, yeah, I'll take it back a little bit. I did like his reaction here because it could have been nothing or it could have been a lot, and I think it was close to nothing, but there was some expression behind his eyes and his little twitches.
Yeah,
but because he also had to look empathetic to Cole.
Yeah.
So I think it was good. The acting that I didn't like from Bruce Willis is that he whisper talked the whole fucking movie.
Mm.
And when he was sent to whisper talking, he was sighing.
Yeah.
So much.
That's fair. Yeah.
So that's why I didn't like Bruce Willis that much.
But we see Lynn bring Cole back from the hospital. That's where she notices that he has scratches on his back. She calls one of the parents and is like, tell your kid to get his fucking hands off of my son, which I was like, woo, go mom. Yay. Cole wakes up to go pee, and
Scary.
This is the first actual dead person that we see. We hear the other one, but I think this is the first one. He goes to pee. We see the temperature lower. We see the thermostat just significantly lower. He goes into the kitchen, and we see this woman there, and she's talking like he's her husband, and she was like, see what you maybe did, and she shows him her wrists. We
for a second think, and he thinks that it's his mom, because she kind of has a similar robe, but no, dead scary lady.
Yeah, and she looks busted too. She looks fucked up. And so he goes back into his room, and I think that's it.
I hated going to pee at night because of this reason. Not before watching this movie.
Yeah.
You want to hear another ghost story?
Yes.
So I grew up kind of in bathhouses in Juarez because my dad was a masseuse, my grandpa was a pedicurist. I worked a little bit there in one summer. So that was kind of the place when I grew up, and we knew the owners of the bathhouses, and so I would go where the boilers are, and these are big ass boilers and super old 100-year-old buildings, super damp, super cold, very dark, and we would often stay after hours, and it was there to go down the boiler room and just walk alone, because you would hear your name whisper in your ear. Yeah, you would see your breath, and then just in your ear, Casey.
I don't like that.
That happened to me once. Also another ghost story is there is a cemetery that is for kids, for kids episodes. They call that the children's cemetery. And as a little shithead teenager, we used to go during Halloween, during actually January 1st, which is All Saints Day, when we celebrate kids that passed away. We used to go to the cemetery because the urban myth was that when you drove there along the driveway, all of your windshield will get fogged up, and then you will see little handprints all around it. So we did go there. Windshields did get fogged up. No handprints though. We didn't see that.
Damn.
I know. Kids were busy with other people.
Yeah, they were freaking out.
Uh,
Other individuals. You're alone the
yeah,
best.
yeah,
We're at the school play next. Afterwards, Cole is like, yeah, Tommy said that the play was like shit or whatever.
yeah. Tommy was the star of the play, like
Yeah,
hamming it up.
exactly. And then, Malcolm is like, no, it's great. And he's like doing the nice like adult thing to do. And then Cole stops in his fucking tracks. And then we see the hanging people that he was seeing earlier. And like they're in the fucking gym. So like that's terrifying. Don't love that. It's also crazy that like they're still in that position because like the other dead people he sees like are just kind of, I mean, it's not like Bruce Willis is confined to his room. So it's like, once again, what are the ghost rules here?
So ghost lore, me having watched a lot of ghost hunting shows. By the way, the best one is Queer as Ghosts. You should watch that. It's amazing.
Okay.
Some ghosts are more self-aware than others. So some ghosts, like Bruce Willis, they have some sense of identity. They don't know they're ghosts, but they can kind of interact with humans, with beings, physically sometimes. So they ghost logic. Sometimes they think they're alive, sometimes they know they're ghosts. So that's kind of like the higher level. Then there are the echoes or the ghosts that kind of repeat their time of death. So like the hanging ghosts are that type of ghost. Like they're not really sentient. They're just kind of like an echo of what happened to them. So if we were thinking about parallel universes and drifts in time, then this kind of would be a event so traumatic that creates a rift in the timeline that always is there. So they're not really ghosts like Bruce Willis, but they're kind of in a loop somehow.
Yeah.
And like the lady that scares Cole, she's somewhere in the middle where she can kind of interact with Cole, but she sees her husband and she's stuck in that loop.
Yeah. Interesting. Very interesting.
Ghost logic.
Yeah. No, I love it. There is actually some logic here, which is nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Cole is freaking out because he's seeing the hanging people again. And Malcolm is like, are you seeing them? Like, well, what's happening? And Cole's like, yeah, they're right there. And we get the whole, like, the shivers that you feel on your back and, like, when your tiny hairs stand up and it feels like you're falling while standing in place. Like, just an amazing monologue, like, describing the sensation that he feels as this is happening. And, like, I fucking hate that shit because the amount of times a day that I fucking feel that shiver so often, and I'm like, I want it to be a ghost.
This movie plays with like very common things.
Yeah.
It plays around with that.
No. I don't want it.
Hey, Casey, do not look behind you right now. Don't. Just don't.
I'll break this new computer, I swear to God. No, I won't. So basically, Malcolm is like, don't worry about it. They leave. And then, boom, we open up to the fucking superstar
commercial.
Tommy commercial, where it is like such a bad commercial. Is that what commercials were like in the 90s?
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah. There were some gems, though. There were some really good ones.
I just love like the hard cut to him like playing outside or whatever. Or like...
Ooh, I'll put this at the end, but I forgot to show you the Guillermo del Toro commercial. Did I show that to you? I don't know if I did.
I don't think so.
Okay, I need to... I only mentioned it. But yeah, I'll show it to you at the end.
Interesting. He throws something at the TV because that's his arch nemesis. And Mom does not like really care. She's like, yeah, whatever. If my kid is throwing something at the fucking TV, we're having a talking. Like, we're like, don't fucking throw shit at the TV. That's fucked up. Samuel would lose his mind. Our cat sniffs the TV. And he's like, get down from there right now. I swear to God. TVs are precious.
We started watching Flow in the hopes that our cat would get cancer. Have you watched Flow?
No, but I did look up which animals died so that in case I were to watch it, I would prep myself.
Oh, okay. So that's good to know. Don't tell me. But we started watching it, and then Nidia was too drunk to keep watching it, and she got super anxious, and she's like, "Nope, I can't watch this right now." So we changed it to How I Met Your Mother.
Love that. Yeah, good alternative. Not as potentially sad for sure. So the TV, like when he hits the TV, it turns off, and then him and his mom start talking about the bumblebee pendant, and this is where I'm like, this feels quite a bit manipulative. This feels problematic.
Yeah.
She's like, just talk to me, and like, oh, like just being like, we need to have an open, honest relationship. Well, like just this guilt thing.
She's talking to him like he's her husband or boyfriend. Because at one point she says, we're not going to make it work if we're not honest to each other. That's something that you tell your partner.
Yeah.
Not your kid.
Honestly, I mean, you can cut this out. But like anytime I see this, I'm like, damn, is this what Jesus' mom was like? Like anytime I see it, like a sort of like toxic, I'm like,
So the weird thing is that when I was growing up with my mom, it was just me and my mom, and even when my sister was little, I think my mom was too preoccupied with her boyfriends and like life and whatever. I was very independent. I preferred to stay with my mom because my dad was more codependent with me. And so I preferred to stay with my mom's. Not until I met Nidia, got married, that this whole possessive thing started.
Wow.
Like the whole, oh, my babies, my kids, and that kind of stuff only started when I moved here. So it was after that.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Because no. So when I was Cole's age, I had a great relationship with my mom. I had a shitty relationship with my dad. Like if we want to go, I don't know if I'm going to keep this, probably not. When I was around Cole's age, like around 10 or 11, because he is supposed to be around 10 or 11, right?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
I would wake up and think, is my dad dead? I think he's dead. And then, oh yeah, no, he's alive. Because he wasn't around. He just wasn't around at all.
Yeah.
And then after they got divorced when I was 14, then my dad was like super around. Like he really wanted to make it up and be my dad. And he was a great dad after that. Well, kind of.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Adding to your profile.
How dare you? Is that your move?
Yeah, that's my move. That's my 4D chess play. Thank you very much. But
okay, homeschool.
You can always use that. Fair enough.
So easy.
So they're talking about this bumblebee pendant because it belonged to her mom, his grandmother. She's like, did you move it? You know, I'd be sad if you broke it. And he was like, I didn't move it. If there's one thing I love about this kid, it's that he knows the truth. And he's not going to let himself be swayed to like try to cover things up. He's just like, I didn't do it. I fucking ghost did it, but he doesn't say that. But he just refuses to confess to a crime he didn't commit. Smart kid. And we love that. We stand. So they kind of like fight about that. And like she walks away in a huff. And then we cut to an antique store. And what?
No, not yet.
Not yet? Where are we at?
No, we cut to the fucked up kid with the hole in his back of his head scene.
Yeah, because the puppy runs away scared, right?
This is a scene that broke my heart a little bit.
Yeah.
Only because, no, you don't know why.
Okay, all right. I'm locked in.
Because I thought that the dog was a ghost up until this scene. And even when this happened, because you get alerted of the ghost kid, and he looks like very 70s, and he's like tells Cole, you want to see my dad's gun? And then he turns around, you see the hole in the back of his head. The dog runs away yelping, and it's a whole thing of animals being aware of ghosts. And as you can tell from my stories, I kind of believe that. And I'm like, okay, maybe it's a ghost dog, so he can kind of see other ghosts. But then right after that, we see Lynn reaching out for the dog, Sebastian. They're like, oh, like he's scared somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
And like, damn it.
Yeah, she
acknowledges. They could have cut that.
Right.
Acknowledges the dog. And like, I wanted a ghost dog. Aww. I want a ghost dog.
I'm so sorry.
But this is where they kind of make up. Like, this is where Cole goes like, I'm sorry, Ma. I want to sleep with you.
Yeah, because he's terrified. And this was a moment, right? Seeing the people hanging from the gym, terrifying. But it was like a moment like this, right? Where he's in his own home and like he's not getting locked into a room at a birthday party. Like he's not at school. He's in his own home. And this is when I started realizing like, oh, this is why he has a tent, right? This is like the tent is a safe space, right? Because he has all these holy figurines. And we like reveal a little bit more of that later. But it's just like this other kid, another ghost kid, totally chill. Maybe they'll hang out. Maybe he'll like play a game of catch with this kid. And the kid just turns around and the back of his head is just fucking open. To me, that was really sad and really scary. Of just like, especially since he knows that there are like nice ghosts and that they're like angry ghosts. And so it's like, you think this one might be cool and it might be A-okay. And nope, it's not. It's not okay. It's a fucked up kid.
But like, because he does end up helping ghosts, so maybe he just wanted someone to play with, and then he's fine. Because he was fucked up, but he wasn't scary fucked up.
No, it's like the visual of like the.
Just don't look behind his head, and he's fine.
Just give him a hat, please.
He's a cute 70s like bob and a cute 70s like little cowboy shirt.
There's it's just like, you want to see my dad shot?
I know.
It really
Fucked up.
that part really wrecked me.
It was fucked up. Yeah, no, it really was. And then we got to the jewelry store.
Yes, in the shot that is my least favorite shot, where Anna, I guess, owns this antique store and is trying to sell this Edwardian engagement ring to this couple, and they are so close together.
I love this shot.
I hate it. It makes me claustrophobic.
Yeah, that's the point. It's an uncomfortable position, a comfortable scene, and it's framing it. It was really well done. Mm-hmm. The fact that you hated it, it was well done. Also, I don't know if this is a little racist, but maybe not. Mm-hmm. It's an Indian couple, and it looks like she's not super into him. Mm-hmm. When what's the Bruce Willis' wife's name? Anna. Mm-hmm. When Anna says like this is like she kind of makes up a story for the ring and like lost love and longing, like this lady wanted to be with someone, but then I don't know why she's telling this story to this couple. Yeah, and the girl was like, "Oh, he had curly hair," and the guy who's there doesn't have curly hair. Was she describing M. Night Shyamalan? Was it the other Indian guy that was in this movie, the doctor?
Yeah, the doctor. Oh my god, that's so funny.
So there's your other story right there.
Yeah,
love triangle story happening here too.
Yeah, that's so funny. Wow, he made himself the love interest, this imaginary love interest.
He did.
I love that so much. The couple does end up buying the ring though. Yeah, and because she's a girl's girl and she helps to sell it.
I wrote terrible salesman, and then she sells it. So I guess not.
It worked. Woo! The guy that I guess she's been talking to low-key comes in, gives her a present. They hug. I think
he's her employee.
Oh, but I mean he definitely
oh yeah,
he wants to get with her for sure.
Yeah, but she's his boss.
I forgot about that. That's a problem. Oh no,
yeah,
she gives him a book. She gives him a first edition. Yeah. That's a problem. And they almost kiss, and then you hear glass crack, and then you see the glass sort of almost on the brink of fucking shattering, and then you just see Bruce Willis walking away.
The funny thing is that you still see the couple in the store, so they had this very intimate moment, and the customers are still around.
Yeah, it's weird. Maybe you shouldn't be doing this right now. And then we get the Bruce Willis breaking up with the kid.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Where he's like, I got to focus on my family. I can't do this. I can't see you anymore. Kid's like, no, I thought you were going to help me.
Super inappropriate thing to say to your child patient.
Yeah. It's I don't think
ghost.
The kid.
But he's a ghost, so.
But,
I think ghosts are drawn to... even Bruce... I feel even Bruce Willis plays it as he's confused at why is he telling him all of this thing.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing is outside of what he would normally do.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know why. So, breaks up with the kid. He's like, I can't see you anymore. I'm going to recommend you to somebody else. And so, sad day. But it's funny. He's like, I'm going to prioritize my wife. What is he doing? He's looking at fucking Vincent's case file. So it's even your ghost self is not staying true to this. But I mean, he can't, right? So he's looking at Vincent's file and he's listening to recordings, and he's listening back to one tape where he leaves the room and it's just Vincent there, and he hears something in the background, and then he dials up the volume to 10, 11, and 12, and they're all red numbers.
They are.
Ooh. And then you hear another voice in the background, and I think the guy is saying please don't kill me, I don't want to die,
Spanish,
yeah, in Spanish. And this is when Bruce Willis.
How is he hearing this? How is his ghost recorder playing this ghost recording? This is where the artifacts. Movie logic.
Yeah.
You could maybe say, all right, I'll justify it. This is the actual real recorder. This is not a ghost recorder.
Yeah.
Because he's in his studio, a home office.
Mhm.
So supposedly the wife Anna left everything as it was. So she hasn't touched anything. So all of his things are still there. And I think Ghost Bruce Willis is actually interacting physically with the thing. So
Yeah.
this is real. This is really happening.
Because something that we see later, and I think it ties to this, whenever he does realize that he's like dead, is there's something blocking the door. And like that's why he was never able to open it. Not because it was locked, but because there's an entire fucking dresser in front of it.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
so in my head, like he kept going into the basement, like as his ghost self, and like kept like the door kept being open, and she finally fucking barred it closed.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. I didn't think of that, but yeah.
Yeah, because he kept fucking freaking her out without realizing it. It's in this moment that he's like, "Oh my god, ghosts are real," and he realizes that Cole wasn't lying. They meet up at the church, and Cole is like a completely different kid now. This kid has got some confidence because he, like, one of the very first things he says to Malcolm, I think he's like, "Oh, do you want to like play this with me or whatever?" But then he goes, "You wigging out?" This kid would not have said that earlier in this movie. What the fuck? What the
That is
actual
so
fuck?
funny. I had to look
Wigging
that up.
out?
I didn't know what that mean. I'm not cool like Cole.
That's so funny.
Just to make, again, I guess I might be reaching to justifying it too much, but he's now confident that now he knows that this ghost is his friend.
Yeah. Yeah.
A little bit like the next scene is him kind of trying to help the girl ghost, but this really is the first ghost that doesn't absolutely spooks him and frightens Cole that much. So he's fearing out, oh, maybe I can talk to ghosts. Maybe I can be, so that's a little bit of him gaining that confidence.
I have a question for you. I'm going to ask this now since we're like kind of like at like 75% through the movie. Who do you think is actually going through the hero's journey here?
I mean, Malcolm, Bruce Willis. Yeah. Because, well, I mean, Cole also a little bit, because he does go to, like, he does have the mentor. He doesn't really lose his mentor. It's kind of always there. But he does go to, like, the belly of the beast. He does all the things. He gets the boom. He goes back to where he was, but elevated. I do think that Bruce Willis does this a little bit more because Cole is his mentor. And he does lose Cole. And Cole does, like, it is, the Call of Adventure is from Cole. Of helping Cole. And he passes the threshold. He does a training with Cole. He loses Cole for a little bit when Malcolm is not, like, when he dumps him. And then that's where he kind of realizes it. And then at the end, I mean, this is not a perfect hero journey thing like The Matrix, but at the end, Dr. Malcolm does come back literally to where he was with the blood scene and everything, but now understanding everything that happened.
Yeah. Okay.
So I do think it's Dr. Malcolm.
Yeah,
not perfect.
Convince me. Yeah.
But yeah.
One thing I really like about this movie is, like, I feel like with most movies, when he realized that, like, he was actually dead, like, that would have happened probably, like, actually around this point of the movie. And, like, if it was any other movie, because it would have been, like, him realizing and then coming to terms with it, and then we spend the rest of the movie, like, with him figuring out how to deal with that. And the way that this movie works is he figures it out. He's like, oh, shit. And, like, we get kind of, like, 5 minutes of, like, him just processing it, and then the movie ends. It's very interesting.
Them helping Ghost, I thought it was going to happen for a little while.
Yeah, they helped one ghost, and they're like, "You're good."
Yeah. In my head, it was a montage of them helping Ghost or something. But no, it's just one, and then that's it.
Yeah.
But you do get the sense that they do help a lot of ghosts, or at least Cole does help a lot of ghosts after this.
Yeah, especially towards the end. Absolutely. Yeah. So after we get the reunion, Malcolm comes home and he sees the guy that Anna's talking to, her employee, kind of like storm out and like get in the car and like leave. So you can tell like something happened there. Probably he wanted to be in a relationship with her and she wasn't ready yet.
Well, what's his storming now? I think he was just leaving.
He looked pissed.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But so he kind of like Malcolm chases after the car. Nothing really happens. We cut back to Cole I don't know what happened here, but Cole's comforting his mom is what my note is. So, the mom is having a bad dream. And he talks to her while she's sleeping. He's like, it's okay, Mom, I'm fine, blah, blah, blah. He goes back to his tent because that's where he sleeps. And
safe space.
Yeah, his safe space. I think this is actually where we see all like the religious figurines, which is very funny. We see the Jesus icon that he stole. Very, very funny. But there's a problem. There's a little hole in his tent. And so he's like fixing it, totally fine. He gets in the tent, totally fine. And then like it starts like popping open at the top. And then we turn, and once again, not a jump scare for me. I don't know how. No clue. It just wasn't a jump scare. Fucking camera zooms. Girl is vomiting.
It was a gross scare.
It was a gross scare. Yeah. She's just vomit.
Played by Misha Barton.
Yes.
From the life-changing TV show, CW TV show, California. Actually, no, the OC.
The OC, yeah.
But the song California. I started watching it with Nidia, and she liked it. She'd never seen it before.
I haven't seen it either.
It's very stupid, but it is fun.
Because that's the show that has the what you say, like the whole like the gun.
Is it really?
I think is that not that?
Probably. I don't know.
It might be 90210. I don't know what the difference between them is.
How dare you?
But yeah, I think my note is missing something here because he sees the girl in the tent. He freaks out. Does he talk to Malcolm at this point? Malcolm's like, well, maybe they just want your help with something.
So he freaks out, leaves, and then when he leaves, the tent collapses over the girl. So another kind of ghost trope is where you see something over a person, and then you take it off, and then the person disappears. But this time, she's still kind of there, and she looks frightened. She's begging for help, and this is when Cole, cause like, do you need help? Like he's like following Dr. Malcolm's advice, and then we cut to them like going and help.
Yeah, because I think it was whenever they reunited at the church, you wigging out, and Malcolm is like, maybe they need your help. Maybe that's why they're coming to you. We see.
By the way, speaking of wigs, I haven't mentioned it, but Bruce Willis is sporting a great wig here.
Is that really a wig?
I think it's a wig.
I don't know why they did him dirty like that. Oh my.
Well, he had not a lot of hair.
I feel like they just darkened it, like the little hair that he had left.
Maybe. I feel like it's because that little cough poofy thing.
Yeah.
I don't think that's Bruce Willis's hair.
I think it is. I don't know. We'll look it up. Future Jesus.
We'll look it up.
Yeah, tell us who's right. But yeah, so when he sees the girl, he's like, okay, maybe I'll help her.
Sorry.
Cut to him.
The second prompt in Google, did Bruce Willis wear a wig in The Sixth Sense?
That's so funny.
Yes. Bruce Willis wore a hairpiece, often referred to as a wig or toupee, throughout The Sixth Sense.
A fucking toupee. That's crazy. They should have given him actual, good hair or something. Why the fuck did they do that?
Because he didn't have a lot of hair back then.
So what? Just give him hair.
It was a good wig. It was a good I'm a psychologist wig. I liked it. It was fine.
Okay. Cole is on the bus, and then we zoom out, and then we realize Malcolm is with him. They're at the girl's funeral, and they're walking around. We're hearing things like she was sick, and we're hearing that like the younger one is now sick, and we see the mom crying, all this other stuff. And then they go upstairs, and once again, this is like a good hint that like maybe Malcolm is like not actually here, because some fucking adult would have been like, why is this adult man going upstairs? What is happening?
Yeah.
But it's also really funny because whenever Cole enters this room, Malcolm doesn't go in with him because like ghosts can't, like they don't see or acknowledge other ghosts. Poor fucking Cole was walking through this room, and this little girl ghost decides to do the horrific thing of grabbing him on his fucking ankle. That is so rude. He's here to help you. Why are you being a bitch? You scared him for no good reason. I'm upset about it. Another
really good ghost trope.
Yes.
And also a really good Doctor Who episode. Ooh. Have you seen Doctor Who?
I've seen like the popular episodes, like the Weeping Angel and like the Gas Mask, and I don't know what else.
This is Peter Capaldi.
He was so good. I've seen a couple of his episodes.
Really? Yeah. He's my favorite Doctor. That is surprising.
I hate Matt Smith. That's the Doctor. but I love Peter Capaldi as the Doctor.
That's controversial, but not surprising.
Yes. Thank you.
One of my favorite Doctor Who episodes is from the Matt Smith era, the Van Gogh one. Have you seen that one?
No, I haven't.
Okay,
but like I've seen like clips of it, but yeah.
There's a Doctor Who episode with Peter Capaldi. I think it's called The Silence. No, it's not The Silence. That's not, but the whole premise is that why is everyone scared of what's the bottom, or like what's the bottom of the bed or something like that. That's kind of like the premise, and like there's that primal fear of someone grabbing you, and they can explore that. And obviously Doctor Who timey-wimey stuff happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, Peter Capaldi is the best Doctor in my opinion.
He's great.
You need to watch the whole Peter Capaldi.
Also,
saga.
like, what was his little sidekick's name?
Which one? The first one or
girl,
Billy?
I think not Billy. I think her name started with an M.
I know her. I've met her. She's so tiny.
The one that gets like lost in space.
Yeah, with Arya Stark. Clara Oswald.
Oh, Clara. I don't know why I thought it started with an M.
Yeah. Clara. Which also are one of the great storylines too. I love that era of Doctor Who. Yeah. It's a great era.
Anyway, back to the movie. So she's a bitch. Scares the shit out of him by grabbing his ankle. And he freaks out, and then she's like, "This box." She doesn't actually talk to him, but she just like kind of pushes the box towards him. And it's like a videotape. And when I was so nervous what the fuck would be on this videotape. Also crazy that the dad played it at the funeral. Nuts. Wild.
Yeah. Yeah. Conveniently, like, everyone's also, yeah.
This could have been really, really bad. Like,
yeah.
Because what I was expecting was like some sexual abuse being caught, like on camera.
No, luckily this movie didn't go there.
Thank God.
Yeah.
But it could have. Yeah. It was so easily could have gone there. I'm very glad it didn't, because I would have hated seeing that. But basically, she's sick and she's doing little puppet stuff with the marionettes, and she has a bunch of marionettes in her room.
Good thing that the guy in the beginning didn't say me follaste also. But anyway, go on.
Yeah, there you go. So she's doing like this little marionette show, and then she like moves the TV, or like not the TV, like her little set away because she hears her mom coming up. She jumps into bed, like pretending that she's asleep. The mom comes in, puts the tray in front of the camera, which like cameras were pretty huge back then. So I don't know how mom missed this.
Conveniently.
And I don't know what was in the bottle. Do you know?
I think it's just like it was cleaning fluid or something like that. Like, yeah.
Oof.
It looked like some sort of, it wasn't like rat poison or anything like that, but it was something to keep them sick, which is, what is Munchausen by proxy?
Yeah, Munchausen by proxy.
Munchausen by proxy,
yeah. Which is like for sure what's going on here. So she like is poisoning her daughter, and the daughter knew that she caught it on camera, and that's why she needed help. Which, like, to be honest, like, I think that would have been figured out if the kid, like, if he hadn't helped her, because they would have looked at the box that was under her bed. Whatever. Yeah. It's fine.
But maybe the mom would have seen it first.
That's a good point. Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah. And this is another ghost logic thing. If we're having levels of ghost, this girl is a self-aware ghost. She knows he's a ghost, and she knows what killed her. Yeah. And she wants to protect her sister.
Yeah.
Which is why...
revenge, you know?
Yeah. Because in the funeral, when you're going around and you hear people talking, one of them says, she died. Now the sister's also feeling sick all the time now. Yeah. So she's doing it to the sister too.
So sad. He also grabs like a little like clown stuffed thing from the room, which he'll later give to the little sister, which is very sweet.
Very cute.
Oh, little girl is like, is she going to come back? He's like, no. She dead. But
she also says not anymore. He says not anymore, meaning she's not going to come back to him either.
Yeah.
So we now know the rules of you help the ghost, they move on.
Yeah. But the dad turns to the mom, who is wearing a red suit.
Yep, red.
So once again, color red, but also wearing a red suit to your daughter's funeral.
Wild.
Nuts. Already guilty. Red
suit, red lipstick.
Yeah.
Red roses.
Just kidding. But yeah.
She killed her daughter. Yeah, you can say whatever you want.
She said, bitch. I felt like I was also going to say something else about the mom, and I can't remember what it was, but it's fucked up. So, yay. We get another school play, and we're doing King Arthur, and...
We don't know that yet, because he sounds like a peasant boy.
Oh, that's right, because he's backstage.
And he's backstage, and he's talking to someone.
Which
and
I thought was a teacher.
Yeah. And the asshole teacher from earlier on comes in and like, who you're talking to, and then we see that it's a ghost.
And half of her is burned.
Her face burned out. Yeah.
That was a scare that reminds me of like The Shining, where it's just like this like subtle thing happens, and you're just like, what the fuck? Like, it's just kind of like, oh, was not prepared for that. So yeah, and then the teacher's like, who are you talking to? We see the lady, she's burned. She like walks past, and he's, kid's ready for his moment. And then the teacher's like, did you know that there was a fire in the school? And the kid goes, yeah, I know. Like,
yeah,
okay,
I know.
All right. Heard. I bet he wanted to say, did you know that people were hung here? No, you didn't, bitch.
I wish there would have been a redeeming moment of, I mean, it wouldn't be too much, but like the teacher, like, you know what? I redid my research, and you were right. People got hung here.
Right? Crazy.
Yeah.
But he didn't, because adults sometimes suck.
Most times.
Now we see him on stage. He's King Arthur. He grabs a sword, and he's embraced by his friends.
Yeah, but right before that, we see a kid playing Merlin, and then the star kid. He's playing the fool because he says something, and then really, shut up, village idiot. Like, I feel like no teacher liked that kid. We're gonna give him the village idiot role because he sucks.
We're done with this. Yeah.
Yes.
So yay! He's like celebrated on stage. Great moment. He's talking with Malcolm outside, and he like kind of like has this conversation with him where he's like, yeah, like we're not gonna see each other anymore after this. Like, and Malcolm's like, yeah, you're right. I don't know why Malcolm is just agreeing to this. Ghost logic. But the kid, this made me so sad. He was like, maybe we can pretend. It's like we'll see each other tomorrow. Like, just for pretend. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Very sad. So they kind of like say their goodbyes, but not real goodbyes, because they're pretending like they're going to see each other tomorrow.
Yeah. Cole says, like, you know how you can talk to your wife when she's asleep.
Mm-hmm.
And then she'll hear you.
Mm-hmm. Because Cole knows
Malcolm is
up.
like, yeah, it's cute. I'll try that.
Yeah.
But actually.
Yeah. And then Cole gets picked up from school, and the mom is like, are you upset that I'm going to come see your show? Blah, blah, blah. He's like, no, it's fine. And there's like a car accident, and she's like, I hope everything's okay. And he goes, yeah, no,
they're stuck in traffic.
Yeah. And she's like, oh, how do you know? He's like, I see her. And she's like, oh, where? And like, just the way it played out was so good. It was so funny. Yeah. I don't think it was supposed to be funny, but it was funny. And he was like, no, she's standing right next to me. And Mom's like, I'm sorry, what? And then he's kind of like, he explains to her, he sees dead people, and he talks about seeing Grandma. She's like, but Grandma's dead. Bitch, that's his fucking point. Turns out Grandma has been moving the bumblebee pendant, getting her grandchild in trouble.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Grandma. Not really. It was very sweet.
Do you think she died a long time ago when Lynn, the mom, was still kind of young or a kid, and that's kind of why she feels that attached to her?
Maybe.
I get the sense that Cole didn't really meet her.
Yeah.
What's more surprising.
Yeah, that's a great point.
So here's the other take that I had. He doesn't actually say, I see dead people. He says, I see ghosts.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that he didn't say, I see ghosts to Bruce Willis. Because I don't think it would have been that iconic.
No, it absolutely wouldn't have. And I think it's funny because he tells Bruce Willis, I see dead people. And then he's like, do you see them in coffins? Do you see it? Like, and so he's like, process of elimination. He's like gotten a more like exact term for what he's seeing, which I think is also funny. And part of his like learning and growing process with his special abilities. And the mom is just kind of like, what the fuck are you on? He tells her, he was like, there was one time you and Grandma got into a fight before your dance recital. You thought she didn't show up, but she like was there to watch you. And Mom like starts crying. He goes, also, Grandma said that you asked her a question, and the answer is, what was the answer?
The answer is everything.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
That's Letterbox review.
Yeah, that's right. And the mom starts sobbing, and he was like, "What question did you ask? Like at her grave?" And she goes, "The question I asked was, do I make her proud?" And it was just like, oh, pain. Hold on.
I wouldn't ask that question of my dead mom.
So yes, beautiful moment. She starts sobbing, and because I think he started the conversation with saying like, "I'm finally ready to tell you like what I haven't been telling you," and so that they hug, and it's a beautiful moment. Yippee! Hooray!
Yeah.
And then Malcolm comes home. Anna's asleep. Mm-hmm.
She's wearing red. Tony, the mom.
I missed that. That's good.
Well, it's kind of an orangey red, but I'll say red. But because she's ready to accept the ghost.
That's amazing.
The whole thing. Yeah. Yeah.
That nice rosy. Yeah, it's good filmmaking. Malcolm goes home. Anna's asleep on the couch, watching the wedding video again. And he like starts talking to her. He's like, "I know I've been absent," or whatever. And he hears something drop on the floor, and it's it like rolls underneath the couch, and he sees it, and it's his wedding ring. Looks at his hand. And then we get what I was hoping wouldn't happen, but it fucking happened, and it's the clip show of like we revisit all of the moments before, and we revisit them with the understanding that he's dead and he's a ghost.
I think it was necessary for this time and age. I think now this wouldn't happen, but like twists like this weren't like a thing for movies that weren't whodunits or things like that. Not really. So I think the audiences in 1999 needed this a little bit.
Yeah, that's fair. So we do all of that. He realizes like we like revisit his death and like what actually happened and how he was bleeding out. Like he got shot in like the lower left quadrant of his torso, and he was bleeding out through his back. Because at first it was like it looked totally chill, and then she turned him over, and it was very sad. And
like he sees his blood, like he has,
yeah. So he realizes he's dead, but he's like, and, that's where we see like the dresser is in front of the door, and once again a little bit of a clip show. But then he comes to terms with it pretty quickly. Then I think he goes back downstairs, and he's like, "I love you. You were always my number one."
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he does say when you said that I put you second, like, no, you were always first. So that's why what he needed to do really to move on. Not helping Cole, but accepting all of that.
Yeah.
Very bad acting on her part when she's talking to him in her sleep.
Yeah.
Also, it was kind of hard thing to do. But she's probably going to be my worst actor ever. I just didn't like her.
Funny. But yeah, no, he tells her that he loves her, and he says goodnight to her, and she says goodnight back. That's it.
And that's the end. We end on the home movie of them getting married because it was a love story.
It was beautiful, and I sobbed. I was sobbing. There's like the idea of like it's the exact like Edwardian ring of like love lost and yearning, and it's like that shit will get me every fucking time. Unfulfilled love. That's what I'll dub it for myself. Legends of the Fall.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say you cried in Legends of the Fall and then you cried here. Will you watch this again more times than Legends of the Fall? Way
more likely to. Yes, I will never watch Legends of the Fall ever again.
Fair.
That was too dark for me.
Fair, yeah. But how are you feeling after all of this?
I feel great.
So sad. Yeah,
how do you feel?
Surprised that I enjoyed it more than I thought. Because all I remember was I see dead people and all the memes and all the jokes that happened after that. And then I did not expect this to be such a good movie. It was a really good movie. Like, great this movie. Is a really good movie. Great movie. So I was surprised. It's a film. It's cinema. But I really enjoyed it. But with that, let's go to awards. So we have 3 awards. Best actor ever, worst actor ever, best scene ever. Casey, who's your best actor ever?
Haley Joel Osment. Yay.
Yeah, great actor. And we usually don't like kid actors, but this whole movie was dependent on his good acting.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna be a horrible movie if we had a bad kid actor.
It would have been so bad.
Yeah,
so bad.
Yeah, that said, I was gonna give it to Haley Joel Osment too, but I'm gonna give it to Donnie Wahlberg.
Yeah, that's a good choice. I respect that.
Just realizing that today, he was the scariest part of this whole movie.
Yeah, he was pretty scary.
Honestly, because he was real.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
And I did not recognize him, and he looked scary.
Yeah.
He acted scary. Like, yeah. So good to him. Great. Worst actor ever.
The man, the myth, the legend, M. Night Shyamalan. Get him out.
he ended up doing more acting later on. Not great. I'm gonna give it to Olivia Williams. Lynn. I mean, not Lynn. Anna, the wife.
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah. She always got the same expression.
She was, to me, she was only really good in like the first scene, and like just everything else, like she was one note the entire time.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Scene ever, and why is it the one in the car?
For you know what mine's gonna be. You wigging out?
No. Really? Really?
So good. I'm so upset that that's not the line that has stood out from this film. Like, it is just, it's
so funny because
great.
It's so funny that that's the one that you because it stood up to me because I didn't know what that meant, so I had to look it up, and it was a little bit out of character, but I didn't really like. Just like
he's like on the second floor of the church, like he's looking down on him, and he's like, oh, do you want to like play like toys with me or whatever? And it's just like he's in a completely different headspace, and it's very interesting, and it's fun to watch, and I just enjoy it.
Yeah, no, it's great. I'm not gonna give it to the car scene. I am gonna give it to. Can you hear my dog, by the way?
That's still Cosmo?
Yeah.
He's upset.
No, he's like he has his head on the chair like this, and I'm doing this to his ears, and he's just going.
Aww.
I'm gonna give it to when the dad sees the videotape, the VHS tape, at the funeral. Nice.
Yeah.
I almost gave him Best Actor Ever.
He was good.
I thought this scene could have been very cheesy, but it was so good. Just he went from I found this really cute video of my daughter to the horror negotiation and then confrontation with the mom. Yeah. That was so good. That was so good. And everyone, like the whole scene, the company, like it was such a busy. I don't know how they filmed that with so many people around it.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Job,
but yeah, I love the scene. So Casey, very important question. Yeah. Solely based on this movie, was 1999 the best year ever for movies?
I think I'm ready to shock you because the answer is yes.
Shocking.
I know, so shocking. This is not a popular movie at all. It was a terrible movie.
It's going to be yes for me, obviously.
Good.
Honestly, when I first started watching this, I didn't know it was going to be a best year ever movie. Hey. Like I said, I just remember that I See Dead People. It could have been very cheesy. It wasn't. It was a great film. So I loved it.
Woo!
But what are we going to watch next week?
What are we going to watch next week? What'd you get?
So we got number 2, Eyes Wide Shut.
Hell yeah! Fuck yeah!
I really wanted to see that movie. I've never seen it.
Yeah, I have seen it before.
I'm not.
Let's see what my letterbox was. Hold on really quick. And you could read this next week, but just for us right now, I'm curious. I'm pretty sure I reviewed it. I didn't. I didn't actually say anything, but I gave it 4.5 stars. So I'm excited. Yeah.
Okay. Great.
It will be very fun for us to talk about, and I'm so excited for us to talk about the fucking sex orgies. It'll be great.
I've never seen it. I know things of it. I know that Stanley Kubrick pretty wanted to cuckold Tom Cruise, which I'm very excited to watch. That
that does happen. Yeah.
So I never wanted to watch that movie because I didn't want that movie to be the last movie that Stanley Kubrick did.
Interesting.
I think technically AI is the last movie that Stanley Kubrick did, but he didn't actually finish that one, so Steven Spielberg finished it for him. I might be remembering that wrong. I'm not sure. But this is the last Stanley Kubrick movie, and I have Stanley Kubrick in such high regards that I didn't want this to be the last one.
Interesting. Okay.
But now I think I'm mature enough to be ready to watch it.
You can accept it.
I can accept it.
I'm excited to watch it. I'm excited to see if I still like it, or if I was just in my like hoity-toity I'm a cinephile phase. So it'll be fun.
Wait, are you not?
Oh my god, my tastes have Gotten a lot less hipster since 2017.
Oh man. Well, I'm excited to watch. I watched that. The movie that destroyed Nicole Kidman's and Tom Cruise's marriage, apparently.
Woo! Thank God.
See you next week. Bye. Do you have any good ghost stories? We would love to hear them. You can email us to bestyearEverpod@gmail.com or DM us at bestyearever_pod on Instagram. We're also on Blue Sky and YouTube as Best Year Ever. But as always, don't forget to rate, subscribe, and review us on Spotify and Apple Pod.